Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about storylines from Berlin, Tag and Nacht, the beautiful, complicated, and supercharged connection between Emmi and Chiara. Episode 3312, titled Besties and Might Benefits, finally took us where many of us hoped it would go, exploring that thrilling, scary space where a deep friendship starts to blossom into something more. So grab your popcorn and let's break down this incredible lesbian love story. From the very beginning, Emmi and Chiara have had a bond that just feels different. We've seen their late night talks, the way they instinctively get each other, and the kind of trust that forms the bedrock of any great friendship. But lately, the vibe has shifted, hasn't it? It's been in those small, almost unnoticeable moments, the lingering looks that last a second too long, the playful teasing that feels a little too real, and those accidental touches that send sparks flying. It was clear that something deeper was brewing just beneath the surface, and in this episode, it all came bubbling up. The story really takes off on what seems like a totally normal day in Berlin, but things are far from ordinary. Chiara, who has always been the more emotionally open and confident one, picks up on Emmi's restless energy. Emmi, who we know as the usually composed and steady friend, is visibly distracted. You can just see the conflict in her eyes. She's caught between what her heart is feeling and what her head thinks she is supposed to want. Every conversation they have suddenly carries this new weight, this electric charge of unspoken feelings. Sure, an outsider might just call it harmless flirting, but for them, it was like standing on a cliff, about to make a decision that could change everything. As the day fades into evening, the noise of their usual friend group disappears, and Emmi and Chiara find themselves alone. In that quiet, intimate space, there's nowhere left to hide. The tension that's been building finally becomes too much to ignore, and it's Chiara who gently but directly breaks the silence. She confronts the elephant in the room, asking Emmi if they're really just friends anymore. Emmi's first instinct is to laugh it off, to deflect with a joke, but her reaction says it all. You can see the vulnerability, the fear, and the longing all at once. This is that breaking point where they both have to face what they truly want from each other. What makes this storyline so powerful is how naturally and patiently it unfolds. The writers didn't rush it. There was no cheap drama or forced spectacle. It was just two women, two best friends, carefully navigating this completely new and unfamiliar territory. The real turning point comes when Emmi finally lets her guard down. She admits to Chiara that with her, she feels safe, she feels seen, and she feels a connection that goes far beyond friendship. And in that moment, we know this isn't just about curiosity or a fleeting attraction. This is real affection, a deep emotional bond, and a genuine desire to be close in a way that friendship alone just can't fulfill. And then we get the moment we've all been waiting for. It happens so tenderly. A shared smile turns into a gentle touch, and soon the physical space between them disappears. The kiss they share is soft, hesitant at first, but so incredibly powerful. It's not about passion in a fiery, dramatic sense. It's about emotion, trust, and this overwhelming sense of relief. It's a kiss that says, finally, I see you and you see me. In that single moment, they both acknowledge everything they've been feeling, but were too afraid to say out loud. Their incredible bond had officially grown into something beautifully and undeniably romantic. Of course, after a moment like that, reality comes flooding back in. The kiss opens a door to a whole new set of questions. What does this mean for their friendship? Have they risked ruining the amazing connection they already have? This is where the episode truly shines because it doesn't give us easy answers. Emmi is worried, her practical side kicking in, fearing that she might lose her best friend if this goes wrong. But Chiara, ever the believer in taking chances, argues that taking this risk is so much better than living with the regret of, what if their conversation afterward is just a masterclass in mature communication? It's honest, it's respectful, and it shows that for a relationship to work, communication is just as important as passion. They're not trying to force a label on it or figure everything out at once. Instead, they agree to take it slow, step by step, and allow themselves the freedom to explore these new feelings without pressure or expectations. The episode ends on such a hopeful, open-ended note. We don't have all the answers, but we have endless possibilities. What matters most is that Emmi and Chiara chose honesty over fear. They chose to be vulnerable with each other, and in doing so, they discovered a whole new, beautiful layer of love that was there all along. This episode delivered such a touching and relatable story. It's a celebration of emotional intimacy, of self-discovery, and of finding the courage to take a leap of faith. Emmi and Chiara's journey is for anyone who has ever looked at their best friend and wondered if there could be something more. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest love stories start with the strongest friendships. What did you all think of the episode? Are you rooting for Emmi and Chiara? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think will happen next for them. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. See you in the next video.